Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on. Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. Though, to be fair, with that empathy check, in this playthrough there's plenty of reasons to feel like an asshole. Actually I am, yes. I even said so to Manana. What is it with you people and scabs? I'm gonna go with the second one.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes I am, yes I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
He waves at the container towering behind him. Containers towering behind him. Let's try the logic check. Or should we... I mean, it's unlikely we succeed anyway, so you know what, I'm gonna save the point. Let's just try it.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Wow, red is so much prettier than drab old green. Keep the amazement to yourself. Yeah, it's so much prettier.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes it does, yes it does.
I hate to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Ah, thank you, Kim. I assume if we got that logic check, we would have come to that conclusion on our own. Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops but seems eager to tell you more. You know what, simply because it would be the smart thing to do, I'm not gonna ask for more details. Got it. Maybe Kim is gonna step in.
Like what, mister?
Okay, no, he didn't. Okay. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
And the little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Evrart is away.
He chuckles. Okay, yeah, that was evident.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
A good-hearted chuckle again.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Evrart put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place would totally fall apart if you didn't shine the boss man's shoes, Leo. I'm gonna go with the second one.
You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a moment. He does not approve of you ridiculing this little man.
Good guy, Kim. Asshat me, obviously.
Oh, mister, I do a lot more than that. I really do most everything around here. Mr. Evrart said many times I'm irreplaceable.
He's still smiling, but his voice trembles ever so slightly. I'm so sorry, Leo. Leo is such a nice man. Well, sorry. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking this soup to the man? Is it for striking? Thanks, Leo. No, let's ask about it.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into this.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
What's in that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm.
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then he continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Evrart is where he always is. In his office, of course.
He points to the two joint containers on the right. Okay, I'm off.
Bye-bye now.
He returns to his work. Okay, while we're done with that conversation, I forgot to prepare some water. I'm quickly gonna get some. I'll be right back. Okay, much better. Let's go into the container and talk to Mr. Evrart. But before we do that, I think I might want to do something ahead of time, and that's use some tools. Specifically, I want to pop some pyrolidon. There we go.
Whoa. In your hand, pyrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens, rare and gritty, a product of the age of atomic power.
Look at the little puck of liquid.
What a funny little cat. Don't let the scary medical warnings throw you off. It's an inadequate antidote to radiation poisoning, but a potent antidote to boredom.
I mean, that doesn't ignore the thought, so let's just ask about that.
It's not gonna give you radiation poisoning, stupid. Pyrolidon is a perfect match for a badass junkie cop who's looking for a little heat. You need to lower the radiation levels, your stomach thinks. Slurp it.
Open the cap.
The container is warm to the touch. Or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up. Like an oyster. Come on, slurp it.
Slurp it aggressively.
You suck a manly dose of the extremely
that's-
chemical-smelling liquid into your mouth. There, it seeps into your tongue. When you swallow, it's already almost all gone.
Tastes like fire, tastes like a kiss, tastes like gasoline, tastes like an anti-radiation drug, tastes like a kiss.
It tastes like many things, all melting into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists, as it did before. Only now, gentle flames lick at its edges, as though it were a photo burning.
Oh god, on fire?
Not really. It's just a metaphor. The effect of that otherworldly drop of liquid is slower, more subtle than that of real flames, yet just as warm. This warmth, it makes you want to share your discovery with Kim.
Sure, why not? Kim, I just did a drop of that anti-radiation drug. It's great,
I'm happy for you.
he answers.
His glasses turn golden as the fire reflects off the lenses. Once again, you are filled with the certainty. This man is your brother. Just don't mix it with anything, he thinks, looking you over. Thankfully, his sense of balance seems okay. Whatever, I'm not getting involved. Wow, Kim's badass. Or he's had a druggy partner. Whoa, that's probably it. He's seen it before. Look at all these guys go off like fireworks as information pours into you about the lieutenant's simple remark. I'm happy for you. This stuff is great.
Will I be able to stand straight and walk?
Why not? This government-developed substance seems very non-intrusive. You could even operate heavy machinery. Fire machinery.
Sounds great.
Please don't actually operate any fire machines.
Also, fair enough, because it doesn't increase our interfacing. This is going to be so useful in my line of work.
Already you can tell you're going to be slurping a lot more pyrrolidon. This stuff is going to give you insight into that little flickering light hidden in all human beings. If you can keep the vomit in, because it sort of also makes you want to throw up.
Okay, so far so good. Not mix it, he said. Let's throw down some Commodore Red. Ah, right, I'm gonna have to unequip it and equip it again. Is that gonna do it? It is. There we go. There's some more alcohol in combination with that. I'm not gonna do any speed right now because I don't think we need it. Yeah, I don't think we need any speed right now. We're gonna save that for when we need motorics, but in here we don't need motorics. Small spoiler, I don't think there's any motorics checks in this conversation with Evrart. Or maybe, actually, is there anything with reaction speed or composure, maybe? You know what, screw it. Screw it. Screw it. Let's mix substances willy-nilly.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect.
Will it make me into a super cop?
It'll make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is your modus operandi. This is how you've done it for years. Let's go.
Wait, but Kim is here. He'll be disappointed.
See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And, Kim, it can help you with everything.
This is gonna be really bad for my health, isn't it?
It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
Okay, my body is ready. Let's do this.
You raise the bottle, close a nostril, and inhale furiously. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic, and stings a bit inside your nose. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air.
Kim, I did a little speed. I hope you don't mind. It was for professional reasons.
I'm not your mother. I don't care. Do what you have to do.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work.
Feels great. Are there any downsides to this?
To this? You kidding? There are downsides to not being on it. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
Cool, cool, let's boogie.
Spring, spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
Okay, so we're on a hallucinogen, on speed, and we've also downed a bottle of wine. That's a good combination to be on. That's always smart. Disclaimer, this was sarcasm. Don't do that. Let's talk to Evrart.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone.
Say nothing, look him dead in the eye.
The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank, grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead. Yet, he's unperturbed, holding his own.
Let's keep staring.
At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be a good one.
So...
He begins to speak, albeit very slowly, purposefully leaving a pause after his opener.
Mr. DuBois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debardairs Union. I'm Evrart Clare, head of this little operation here. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny folding chair opposite to his giant desk.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extremely uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then to the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this DuBois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. DuBois?
Please, Mr. DuBois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. He's trying to throw you off your game with this DuBois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
I don't sit, it's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. DuBois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his typewriter.
Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you. A titan of volition in a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave.
Well, let's sit down then.
Excellent, Mr. DuBois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Let's try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debardairs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair is incredibly uncomfortable. Fortunately, your ass is made of iron, and the chair is made of wood. Iron beats wood. You manage not to shift around too much.
With my physique in my last playthrough, things went poorly for me there.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically large.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know God?
Yes, I know, Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Thank you, Evrart. Take the comically huge check. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything. Keep it on good. You can take that comically large check and shove it up your ass. He doesn't like socialists, so we're gonna take it, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
No, it's cool. You've got integrity.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
How do you know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Kim, okay, we do have a composure check, and it's only 28%. But hey, it would be worse if we didn't take some speed, so let's try it.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun, and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry.
Mr. DuBois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. DuBois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. DuBois! Mr. DuBois! Harry!
Keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place. Keep sliding down.
While Evrart is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. DuBois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. DuBois act right back at him. He's Mr. DuBois.
Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. DuBois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Okay.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
I really believe in the race mystery, and I'm glad I was given this chance. I hope to one day be able to contribute. I'm not a race pupil, I just listened to some of the things he had to say. It was a tactic, I needed to get in somehow. It's not like I'm a racist now. Yeah, I'm a big racist. It's basically like that in my head all the time. Okay, so either one or four. Let's just go with the blunt one.
Unfortunately, I can confirm this. My partner has some decidedly outmoded views.
Personally, I'm not big on the whole race thing, but that's okay. It's all right to be a massive racist, Harry.
He sinks deeper into his armchair.
Let me assure you, I'm very glad you're comfortable sharing this with me. I run a big and quirky organization. Everyone is welcome. Birds of all feathers. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It's true, my memory is a bit hazy. Or my memory is fine, I'm just testing you. It's true, my memory is a bit hazy.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is...
He taps on the folder in front of him.
I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out.
Don't trust him. For all you know, Dubois might be his name. You need to confirm this.
I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
He pauses and looks down on a brown folder on his desk. And... oh yeah, okay.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Evrart over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Let's get this straight. What is my full name?
It's Harry. Harry DuBois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange. You don't feel like any of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
Wait, I thought you are Harry DuBois.
No, I'm really not. You are Harry.
I feel like a Dubois, but not quite like a Harry. Something longer.
Sure, okay. You're Harold. Harmon. Haroldamus? But that's not what the record says. The record says Harry DuBois, a real man's name.
The lieutenant covers his face and sighs audibly.
Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
He's so slimy. He's legitimately one of my favorite characters. He's just so fun. He's just so fun. Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids or...
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
You're right, I don't. I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father. Never mind the family. I think I'd be a wonderful father.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
That's what I like. That's what I like about you, Evrart. You get me.
Of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages. Your name in giant neon letters. Harry DuBois.
The giant neon sign reading Harry DuBois, hanging from the Cavalsun crane, can be seen all the way to Jamrock. Somewhere in Mirova, a beautiful woman sees the bright glow on the horizon and says to herself, "Oh my God, I shouldn't have left him."
How even gets it? Small spoiler. Yes, the X moves to Mirova, which is far away, very far away. So the subconscious still remembers that. Interesting. Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's try it.